It is an honour to be joined by one of the most influential figures in cricket, a former player, a former coach and a commentator extraordinaire, Ravi Shastri. Thank you so much for joining us on Fox
Pleasure.
Cricket. Obviously, 8 white ball matches coming up between Australia and India. We've got Melbourne sold out, we've got Sydney sold out. It feels like the perfect start to an Australian summer.
It is, because you've got two strong teams. Australia will always pull in crowds when they play, but an Indian team which has Virat, Kohli, Rohit, Sharma, probably on their last tour of Australia. And two giants of the white ball game pitted against a strong Australian side. You expect full houses.
Two giants of the game, but a new captain for India, Shubman Gill. It's a tough act to follow with Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma being such influential and loved figures within the team and within India as a whole. But what do you see Shubman Gill bringing to the captaincy? Do you see him following a similar route to Virat Kohli or different style of his own?
A different style of his own. He's a lot calmer. He's very composed, but the steel is there inside. And he's been in the side with both these players as captains. Kohli and Rohit Sharma, and he has enough respect for them. There's no question about that. But this is an opportunity to, enforce himself on the team, and it'll be interesting. He'll love this experience. Having both of them there to share their knowledge with him, that can only help him.
Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli, they've retired from tests, retired from T20s, but they're still going with the ODIs, potentially with an eye on 2027. Considering what happened 2 years ago in the World Cup, they just missed out on that title. Do you think that's a reason for them to be going on another 4 years, aiming for 2027? Is that motivation to get that trophy?
Not just that. I also feel they've got enough cricket in them. It depends how hungry you are, how fit you are, and whether that passion for the game is still there. And then with their experience, it'll come in very handy. But I would say take it one series at a time. It's still a long way to go, South Africa. Hopefully, if they have a good one here, that should keep them in a good state of mind, thinking of South Africa.
2027 will obviously be the target for a lot of these players, including Kohli and Sharma, but I'd love to get your insight on the end of a legend's career in the game. Does it come down to their decision of when they want to hang up the boots, or does it come down to team management, a coach or a selector to maybe give them a tap on the shoulder?
No, see, a lot will have to do with them. There's no question about that. You could see how they left the T20 format. When India won the T20 World Cup, 3 of them went, Jadeja, Kohli and Rohit. Virat retired from Test cricket, as did Rohit. They were not asked to retire. They went on their own. So I would think it's similar. If they're not enjoying it, if the form is not good, you never know. They might pull the plug themselves.
5 T20s after the 3 ODIs. One of the big names, the really exciting name, is Abhishek Sharma. So he's currently #1 in the world. I think he has the highest ever T20 ranking. I don't think he's really come to Australia that much in the past. What can Australian fans expect from him?
Oh, some excitement, some entertainment, because he gives it a smack. He's a gun T20 player, and if he's in for a while, there's guaranteed entertainment. Irrespective if you're Australian or Indian, you'll enjoy it. And he has the ability to take the game away from you. So you don't want him out there too long, because he can create chaos.
You would have watched him in the IPL, in Indian national side. What makes him so good? What makes him stand out and has proved so successful in the
I think his preparation, his belief in his own ability, the range of shots that he has, and then the mindset to go out there and back himself from ball 1. From the get-go, he'll go after the bowling. So that's where he can be extremely dangerous, very explosive, and quietly confident about his own ability.
A lot of Australian players will have half an eye on the IPL auction, which is probably in just a couple months' time from now. Do the IPL conglomerates and teams, will they be having half an eye on this series in particular? Will they be looking at the Aussies like Mitchell Owen, Xavier Bartlett? Is this a chance for them to...
Absolutely. Absolutely. This is where they look at players and pick them from. So, for those young players, if they have a good series here, 100% they'll catch the eye of one of the franchises.
And I guess also this summer, the big thing this summer as well is obviously the Ashes. You've just come back from the India-England series, which finished 2-2. I guess for England to not have won that series, where did they stumble? Where did they let themselves down to not get that win over India?
I think one of the main problems was injuries. With Wood not there, Stokes being injured in the last test, Archer not there for the full series, it makes a difference. There's no question about that. Having said that, 2-2 was the right result. No team deserved to lose that series because they both had their moments.
I was surprised for the white ball series that's coming up against India. Ravindra Jadeja wasn't a part of this touring squad. I think, in my mind, he's been probably the most consistent multi-format all-rounder in the world. I think the Indian coach may have mentioned that the conditions maybe didn't suit him too much. Do you still see him as someone who could play the 2027 World Cup?
I think so, for sure, because he's fit as a fiddle. He's still one of the best fielders in the world. I think with Akshar Patel around, you might have thought just see how Akshar goes. But when it comes to a World Cup, you're not playing just one team. You're playing a lot of other teams. The conditions are different in South Africa. There'll be pitches there where the spinners will get help. So, don't put him out of the equation. I'm sure the management would have spoken to him, why they have not picked him. Mm-hmm. And Jadeja himself said in an interview, I would have loved to have gone there, but I'm very clear I've been spoken to. Communication has been there. And the communication has also been there that you're not out of it. You are in the mix.
With Jadeja, Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma retiring from the T20 international side of things, there's a few younger players coming into this squad, or exciting young players. Are there any names who the casual Australian cricket fan may not have heard of who you think they should be keeping an eye on for these 5 games?
I think Abhishek Sharma won and Tilak Verma. People look out for Tilak Verma. And of course, Shubman Gill. Let's not forget him. There's Sanju Samson at the back as well. He's not played much in Australia, but he's a dangerous player. Very dangerous player. But these are the youngsters. I would say Tilak and I would say Abhishek Sharma. And in the bowling, Siraj still continues to be the spirit.
When you're looking back at some of the great Indian captains, would you be happy to rank these 4 in order of your favourite captains? Ganguly, Dhoni, Kohli and Rohit Sharma.
Kohli Test match cricket. Dhoni, Rohit white ball cricket. Ganguly again, I would say to an extent Test cricket.
You were right there for Kohli's Test captaincy. What made him such a great influence?
Oh, terrific. Yeah, I mean, the energy on the field, the aggression that was out there, he was in your face all the time. And that rubbed off on the other players. There was never a dull moment when he was on the field. Either he's having a go at the opposition, he's pulling off runouts, he's having a go at his guys at times, but competitive to the core.
That intensity...
I would say one of the best ever captains, really.
Has that intensity and aggression, do you think that's going to rub off on Shubman Gill?
Yes, he's got steel in him. He might not have the same... he might not be as expressive as Virat Kohli, but deep down, he wants to win.
A few more here for your favourite ODI batters. Tendulkar, Ganguly, Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli.
Oh, tough. I would say, obviously, you have to give it to Kohli and Sachin for the number of runs they've got and this thing, but explosive at the top. I think Rohit Sharma, outstanding, 3 double hundreds. So I put those 3.
I suppose Virat Kohli, could he still be such a weapon in 2027?
Oh yeah, a master chaser.
Yeah.
And Rohit explosive at the top.
Sitting now, well, obviously such a long way away. I think India has 28 ODIs before that World Cup, but sitting now, do you have an idea of how you want that Indian 11 to shape up?
I think they'll give the 28 one-day games before the World Cup. So it starts here. I think this will give them, this tour will give them a fair idea of what combinations to look forward to for South Africa, because conditions are similar. So they will see which player does what at a certain number, who's the player suited for a certain number, who should they look at, or which is an area they should strengthen. All those answers you'll get after this series. I know it's only 3 matches, but it'll give you a fair idea.
Again, a long way away, but do you see India as the favourites for that World Cup, and which nations will kind of compete against them?
I think by that time, 2 years is a long time in the one-day game. A lot of teams are in transition. India will always be there in the mix. In a white ball contest, India will always be there. Might well be favourites going into the World Cup, because they've got plenty of youngsters in the mix. They've got experience as well, and they've got the talent and skill. I know what stops Abhishek Sharma coming into the one-day side. You know, if he carries on his form in T20 cricket, they might be very tempted to bring him in as well. So I would say India will certainly go there as favourites. Don't write off South Africa though. South Africa are a very good team.
So you see Abhishek Sharma potentially succeeding as a 50-over player?
He can. Oh, he might have definitely caught the eye of the selectors.